Okay, so let's
back
try
here.
this. We're gonna
Anyway.
go here. Okay, so that's the blank one, and
Mm.
let me see. Do I gotta go here? Let me just do this really quick. So I thought that was there, but I guess not. Okay, I gotta put the.
Mm.
Should have done that before. Okay, how's it going, everybody? Hello. I hope, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me just check the audio. That audio is coming through. Yep, okay. You guys can all hear
I,
me. I'm gonna go check the chat. You guys can all hear
I
us?
I'm gonna go out of here real quick. So hope just to make sure I can like toggle between screens. So
Okay,
just in case if it hangs up, I'll be back. I just
okay.
want to check it out. Make sure. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can.
Oh, good.
I'm just making sure.
Joey.
I'm gonna just do this. Put it on 3. You can all hear us? Yep, okay. We have audio. So we're all going. How's it going, you guys? Today, whose birthday is it today? Uncovering. Sherry, uncovering. Claire, and
Hi,
Megan.
Claire.
Who else is here? Pat. That was the first one to say hello. We got 10 people. Well, 10 people.
Oh, there's a delay, isn't there? Because now I'm on like the
Yes.
YouTube side of
Right.
it.
When
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
it's there's always a little bit of a delay.
Um, hey, hey, you guys. Last time I was moving around a lot and fidgeting, and my husband kept telling me that like I was so loud, and um, so anyway, if if you guys get sorry, I'm also hearing the delay, so now I'm sidetracked. But if you guys end up hearing noises from me, please say something in the chat. Like if I'm too fidgety or my mic makes noises. Okay, I'm back. I think whenever I was in the YouTube app side, it was, that's why I was getting like the
Yeah, what you could do is you could just
delay.
listen. You can listen on your thing, but mute the actual stream, and that way you could look at the
Oh.
YouTube stream if you wanted to, without the delay. You know what I'm trying to say? Then you would just hear me. You have to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because, yeah, that's hard for me to talk if I hear my own annoying voice in the
Yes,
background
yes,
saying
right, right,
something different. So,
right.
anyway, you guys, I just have an earbud in, so if I'm being too noisy, like if it's rubbing against something and there's feedback, let please let me know because obviously I don't hear anything and it sounds normal and I don't want to be annoying. I can't make fun of KJ, right? So anyhow,
um,
yeah.
I guess today is Claire's mother's birthday, so just wish her a happy
Oh,
birthday.
happy birthday, Claire's mom.
Yep,
How
Mama
old?
Claire.
Can you tell us how old?
Yeah, I would never ask that question. But
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you don't have to say.
No, no, I'm just saying, well, the guy, guys aren't supposed to do that. Don't ask
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
ask how old a woman is. Says sound is good. Okay. So you let me know when you're ready to start. Did you have a particular one you wanted to start with? Did you look through them, any of them, or?
I muted so I could go look at the chat because I'm on my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
Um, no, I didn't because I just like
Oh,
as
I'm
you
so
went
sorry. No,
to.
Claire's mother passed. I'm sorry.
Oh my good, Joey,
So this is no, no.
Claire.
I guess today is her birthday, but she's already passed.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Claire. My mom just passed this June on June 29th actually. So and I'm 40 and as an adult you it's I don't know, your mom is still your mom. So I
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's rough. It's hard. So happy birthday in heaven.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how old my mom. She was 62 when she passed, and that was 91. So she would
Um,
have been just about 90 now.
huh. Joey, I'm looking in my screenshots at all the Reddit ones. I can just start at the beginning, the first one. Oh,
Okay, let me
hold on.
see
I'm going
which
to
one do
shut
you
this window.
have
It's
as the
the Am I the asshole for blasting Cardi B's WAP to get young kids to
Okay.
stop playing against my windows?
That's a pretty um that one will
Mhm.
get some. Okay. So go
You
ahead.
want that was the first one. Okay.
Yep.
So, am I the asshole for blasting Cardi B's WAP to get young kids to stop playing against my windows? Okay. Let's see here. I live on the first floor of an apartment building, and I have constantly been yelling at the local kids, like between 4 to 7 years old, to stop playing against my new windows. I work from home, and they're just always out there playing in the grass between the buildings, which I don't care about. But then they'll all gather in the bark mulch in front of my windows, lean against my screens, and peek into my apartment. Mom is always out there with them, always on her phone and drinking a white claw. I've yelled at her, yelled at the kids, and still they're against my windows this afternoon. So I played Cardi B's WAP at absolute full volume. I have pretty decent sound system on my computer, so it was very clear, very loud. Mom runs over, grabs all the kids, and demands I turn it down. I said I'll keep it at a reasonable volume that they can't hear if they're 4 or 5 feet away from my windows. She said I could have just asked. I have, and she's threatening to call the cops. Good fucking luck, lady. But part of me is feeling bad now. I could have just blasted unintelligible metal music or something. I intentionally chose the most sexually charged song I could think of just to get the kids to ask mom about it and intentionally, to get a rise out of the mom. Am I the asshole here?
So I'm not
So,
familiar with this song. Are you familiar with this song?
oh yeah. Yes. Okay. So, do you know who Cardi B is at least?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, she
So,
was
what
she also a prostitute or just a stripper?
I think a stripper. I mean, she's definitely slept with men for money. She's talked
Right.
about it, but
Okay.
I think she more so was a stripper.
A
I
dancer, yeah, a
listen,
dancer kind of whatever
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I love her. I mean, she's vulgar and everything, but I still love her. So WAP actually stands for wet ass and then pee, like kitty cat pee. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so wet ass. But anyway, so
The
and it is.
JJ,
It's
as you could say.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um so that whole entire song is, you know, uh, just about that. She says things in the song. Joey, you'll
Right.
have to Google the lyrics and listen, and it might like change your mind about the situation. But the lyrics are, I want to touch the dangly thing in the back of your throat, blah blah.
Right, right,
It's
right.
pretty, it's pretty aggressive. But um, the one thing about it is that, to be honest with you, I don't know, there's so much sort of slang, how we were talking about it's all Gucci, earlier
Right,
before we
right,
got
right,
on
right,
live.
right. Yes.
There's so much slang in it that the kids probably didn't know, but on the other hand, it is probably the most vulgar song she could have chose to play. So it's or he, I don't know. I didn't pay attention if the writer was a male or female, but anyhow, I
It's a
think
female, I believe. I believe, but
female.
I don't
It
it
does.
didn't it actually doesn't say now that I'm thinking it doesn't say. Um
It
I
doesn't
mean,
not I don't think that necessarily matters, but I think that there's the fact that, she did ask the mom and the kids several times. And, and listen, I have, at one point in my life, I had 4 kids, 5 and under, and I swear that
wow.
year, every day I needed something. So I would have to go to the grocery or to Walmart or somewhere with all these kids. And I was so much more strict with when the 4 older ones, were little, because there were so many of them to keep them in line. So I don't know. I could take my kids anywhere though because they were well behaved.
Right.
I cracked the whip a little bit. I had to be pretty tough. So part of me is like the mom's the asshole, and part of me, is like, okay, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have played WAP, but I don't know.
Well, the
Karma's a
person did
bitch.
say that they did it to actually get the
I
kids to
know.
ask what
I know.
these it's the slang that you were trying to say, the innuendos that nobody really knows, like what does this mean, mommy? So that it's going to
Right, right.
embarrass mommy. And apparently, like she did say that
Makes.
she had, I mean, they did say that they had yelled at both the mom to actually do something, and they just ignored it and just like,
Mhm.
who cares, who cares. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think who's the asshole, the mom or the writer?
well, the the mom with the not controlling her kids is problematic to begin with. Like that is absolutely problematic. I mean, you have kids,
Right.
you have a
The
neighbor
mom is an
who's
asshole no matter what.
right. You know what I mean? So whether her what she does, I'm not so down with using sexual stuff. Like I said,
Right.
he or she said they could have um used either loud music or uh I mean something annoying. I don't think that would have that probably wouldn't have gotten a reaction out of the mother. So, what does she care if it's just loud music? Because they mentioned how the mother's just
True.
sitting there just paying attention to the phone. So I
That's
don't,
true. It was definitely the lyrics. I didn't think about
yes,
it that way. If it was just loud music, it probably
I don't think the mother
wouldn't.
would have
Yeah.
cared. What do I care? Yeah, go ahead,
No.
blast your
Or
music all you want. Let my kids
or it
listen to it.
or it wouldn't have been panic. Like maybe she wouldn't have been so panic stricken to like run over and bang on the window to turn it down or whatever. But yeah, no, that's super valid. That's true. I mean, I don't know. My kids, I'm the one that I have to ask like what does this mean? They're all older, or the
Right.
youngest one is about to be 13 in just a few days, but but still that's different. What was it, like 4 to 7 year olds or something? But yeah, I mean it's I think the mom is definitely an asshole. Just I don't know,
Right.
lets her kids
But
run
is the
wild and
person
sits on her
so
phone.
what is your where do you come down on the person playing the music?
Oh, you guys, what is the chat saying? Is the
So
person that played
yeah,
WAP the asshole?
yeah, one for is the asshole, two for not the asshole. If you could put that in the chat.
I don't know. It's like they're an asshole for choosing that song. Maybe. How about
Yeah.
that?
Well, that's the whole question is you know, basically being asked is does this selection of music make me an asshole for doing that because you're exposing little kids to it. And kids are pretty sophisticated these days. Um, so it's hard to come down. I would lean a little more that that person could have chosen something else, but like I said, they also did ask um, to control your kids. You live in a this is the common area. The kids are like you know like she's letting them stare in her window, which is that's creepy as hell to begin with. You know what I mean? It's like, why isn't she doing anything about that? Like that's pretty
Yeah.
problematic too. So I guess I would have to say they're um
I,
they're not. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I have a problem with exposing young kids to this. If they actually know what this actually means, then definitely. You get what I'm trying to say?
right.
If they
Right.
actually understand what's being put out, then it's pretty problematic. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm a bit torn. Like uncovering said both, so I'm a little bit of I'm like 50-50.
Both.
Uh,
Uncovering. I agree. Both. It's both. It's yeah. This is the scales are kind of even at this point.
okay, so Melissa says that her kids are 6 and 10, and they always ask me what that word means.
Oh, they
Uh,
do. That's what I wanted
okay,
to
so
know.
that
Because
would put it at then that person is the asshole then because that's
right, if it was clear enough, the song was loud enough and clear enough that the kids were like, "What does that mean?" Here's something funny I saw. I think I saw it on Twitter maybe, where this girl was like, my mom asked what WAP meant, so I told her it meant wine and pizza. And then she said, so my mom's Facebook status all week has been WAP, so that's kind of funny. So the mom, you know, I guess her Facebook, I don't do Facebook, but I remember the status thing. Like on Facebook, you could put your status, and the
Right, right,
mom
right.
was saying, yeah, her status was WAP, thinking it meant wine and pizza. That's funny.
So did you
Yeah.
see the first reply was like, as much as I don't like Cardi B or WAP, this is easily the funniest thing I've read today.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Leave it to Cardi B to, weave into someone's life to piss them off. Okay, do you want me to read the next one?
Okay, so which is the next one that you have?
Let's see here. So the next one is
The son's teacher?
the situation. It's no, I did it in order. I was taking screenshots in order from what you
Okay.
sent me. So it's that the situation is horrible. I'm literally losing sleep.
Um,
It's about her husband. She's 32, female. Somebody passed away, maybe. I
mm,
met him a year.
where
She's
is it? You must have clicked something because I don't, you must have clicked it or something.
okay.
Let me see what I sent you. I'm gonna just go. So give us one
Okay,
second, guy. What's that? Go
hold
ahead.
on. Or the next one in line I had is the 30-year-old female with two young nephews.
Let me see what I sent you. Oh,
And
it's
it's
easier.
am I the asshole? Yeah, it's AITA at the end of all of these. I go to school. Yeah.
Okay, am I for? Are you talking about for not wanting my? So it's the one with the late husband's wife. Is that the one that the second one that you would
Yes.
had? Okay, go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be the. Okay, I called it. I had it listed as something else. In my.
Oh, okay. Well, I took screenshots and I was trying to get them on one page, so some of the titles are cut off. So, okay. This
Hold on.
okay, it says, oh,
Okay, there we go. Okay,
you
there you
ready
go.
for me to start?
Yep.
Okay. The situation is horrible. I'm literally losing sleep over this.
Well, why don't you
My
read just read the
30
title because
I
or do you
don't
know?
I don't have it. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying. I
so
don't
am I the asshole for not wanting to name my daughter after my husband's late wife? Is the question. Okay.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know title. Okay.
Right.
The situation is horrible. I'm literally losing sleep over this. My 32 female husband, I don't understand that wording. My 32
She
female
wanted to say
husband,
she's
36
32
male lost.
female. Yeah, she probably
Okay.
meant to say I'm 32 female, husband
Okay.
36 male.
Okay. So I'm 32-year-old female. My husband, 36-year-old male, lost his late wife to cancer. We were married for just 3 years, and he still has contact and very good relationship with her family, which is a good thing. I met him about a year after his wife's death. We dated casually for a few months till he told me about his feelings and wanting to be in a serious relationship with me. We've married for 6 months now. I'm 18 weeks pregnant with a baby girl. My husband decided to name our daughter after his late wife right after we got back from the ultrasound appointment with the doctor. We started discussing this. It was not okay for him to decide without even talking to me. I wanted us to start looking for the trendy names, but he declined and insisted on going with his late wife's name. I was so mad I couldn't even call my mom to give her the happy news. I tried approaching him again, but he told me that I was just hating started calling her that name. Yeah, oof. And to make matters worse, he contacted her family
Okay. Okay. You had dropped
to
off.
have him go with the name.
Hold on. So you had dropped
Oh,
off there a little
uh-oh.
bit. So let me just tell you where you were.
Oh,
Okay. It was right
oh,
after
sorry, guys.
he said he contacted her family and told them he was going to name their our daughter after him. When he told me, so that's where you're at, is when he told me that.
Okay. Okay, sorry, guys. When he told me that, I was so upset. so upset. I yelled at him for not even considering that I too get a say in this. But he doubled down, saying this wouldn't have been possible without him. So he has a right to name her baby after his late wife and wouldn't accept any other name. I'm stressing out and I feel awful, not to mention he actually thinks that my feelings don't matter one bit, and his late wife's family are clearly more important. Silent treatment is his way of getting me to apologize, but I'm so hurt by this treatment and I just can't have him go with that name. Am I the asshole here? Oh, dear Lord and baby Jesus. Whew.
Where do you start with this one? I
Okay.
go on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, if I were to pass away and my husband got married,
Right,
oh God, I hate the thought of that, you guys. Listen, I'm kind of like Gone Girl, the movie.
right.
Anyway, and he had a baby. I would love it, obviously, if he named it after me. But on the other hand, if I got married to a man, whose wife had passed away, that's a lot. You're taking on a lot of baggage, it's emotional baggage. And you're always wondering, like, can you fill these shoes? Because they didn't split up on purpose. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
It's
right,
not like
right.
they got a divorce. She passed away. If she was still here, they would be together, then we wouldn't even have this relationship, right? So it makes it more difficult that way. I think I don't think the guy should just name. I think that's selfish, honestly.
I think so too.
Um,
I
to
really do.
even I can understand, I guess, him bringing it to her attention and saying, you know, can we name the baby after my wife, or can it be her middle name or something? But if you are asking her, you better know that the answer is probably going to be no, because most people, women, I suppose, are going to be like, territorial in a sense, and naming a baby after another woman, even though she didn't cause problems in your life, that's tough. Oh, that's really tough. I think the guy is being an asshole.
Yeah,
I do. I just,
yeah. I don't see her as being the asshole because, for one, even if so, even if he didn't have an ex who had died, you know what I'm trying to say? He didn't have a wife who had passed away. How does he just this is what I'm naming the child, and
yeah.
that's the way it is? And how does that ever work? It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
No,
You're
yeah,
supposed
totally.
to discuss that, um, and that's not supposed to be a decision that one person wants is supposed to make. So, for her, I think it's a pretty clear one for me that I don't see her as being an asshole in any way. I think uncovering hypocrisy had a good compromise. Maybe use the middle name as her first name instead of and let them
Yeah,
agree on her first
I
name.
just read that. Yeah, I just read that. Yeah, that's if it's that important like that, I don't know. I mean, that's so tough, because it's just because it is, they're together because, simply because the wife passed away. She's not there anymore. They would still be married.
Right.
Um, and I think that the wife is good by, encouraging and allowing her husband to still have a relationship with her family. I think that that's important and mature of her, and that's fine. I just think the baby naming situation is hard. And now it's going to make her look like, really, like an asshole, because if she puts her foot down, it's like, absolutely not. Not We are not doing this. The baby, we're not naming the baby after your wife. Then the husband then has to go tell the family, like, no, we're not doing it. And then, she looks bad, because I'm assuming the husband's going to say, yeah, my wife basically says, no way, we can't name it. We can't name our baby after your daughter. And it's just going to he's putting her in a really bad
Well,
situation.
that's what I'm saying. He's putting her in a no-win situation is basically what
And
he's
no,
done.
right. Yeah, no, right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I agree with Ferret, do something else to honor. I kind of like the uncoverings uh, idea, which was, to um, use the middle name, or he says like build some kind of like monument to her, do something to honor her if that's what they want. I don't know if they have like
mhm.
some kind of property or whatever. You know what I mean? They could do it that way. Um,
Yeah,
but I don't see her as being an asshole at all, and especially um, a woman who's pregnant is her hormones are going crazy, so she's going to be a little extra emotional, and he must see that he sees that this is upsetting her, and he's like so as she's going through a stressful time, and
that's
pregnancy is stressful on the body to begin with, he's giving her the silent treatment.
right. And Claire and Hypocrisy were saying that they would probably compromise. Like it's important. If it's important to their husband, therefore it's important to you. And that's mature. I think, like I said, I'm a little bit more of a gone girl wife, a little bit more like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I have a feeling I would be upset about it, but I like the idea of being mature, like Claire in Hypocrisy, and are like, yeah, let's compromise. I can talk about this. I can be a grown up about this and not a psycho jealous person, you know. Sorry, you guys, my hair keeps getting caught on my earbud, and I'm sure every time I move it, you guys hear it. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
trying to be so good. I'm trying to be so good. Anyway, yeah, that's tough. Hold on, I'm reading some of the chat. On second thought, I even ask your new wife to make this. Oh, on the second thought, I feel to even ask your new wife to
Yeah,
do
me
this
too.
makes it wrong. Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I said, and
Yeah.
and also
Yeah,
just
it
giving
wasn't
her
like
like a
there was
silent treatment
cheating or
during
anything.
her pregnancy,
Yep,
that's just really wrong.
right. So, yeah, Claire, my husband and I would compromise. And then um, Hypocrisy says, back to Claire, it's not like there was cheating or anything, like the wife passed away. To me, it's different. Yes, yes, it is different. And yeah, I mean, it's more, nah, noble, maybe not noble. I 100% understand. Totally understand. In a way, I kind of wish that the wife would have thought about it and been like, like you should we maybe would you like to name our daughter maybe your wife's middle name or have our daughter's middle name? It would be really sentimental if the wife would have thought of it first, but I mean, who is really going to think of that first? You know what I mean?
Right.
In that position. But Claire and Hypocrisy, I totally get it. I think that guy is an asshole for just bringing it up, um
Well,
and
making it
making the girl out to be an asshole,
right. Well, just you have no choice in the matter. This is
That's
it's
the
my
part
way or
that,
the highway.
right, good point. Yeah, saying that's kind of what I mean by that. Yeah, it's not just that he brought it up. I suppose that it was just, there wasn't nothing
No
else to
communication.
it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was just straightforward. We're naming the baby. Oh, and I already told her parents. Therefore, if you back out, you're the asshole. You know what I mean? You're gonna look like you're the jealous, insecure, or whatever, like you hated her or something. And yeah, it's just overall, it's a tough position, right? For her.
Yes. Like I said, I'm sure the guy's you get what I'm trying to say. He's wanting to honor his ex-wife, but I don't think he's being reasonable at all in his approach to it. He's
Mm-hmm.
being very I guess you would call it dictatorial. Like I said, it's my way or the highway. And if you don't, like, I don't care if you're pregnant with our child, I'm gonna give you the silent treatment because I gotta
Mm-hmm.
punish you for not obeying my command or whatever. I'm not down with it. So she's 100% not the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally agree. Okay. Let's see here.
So the next one I have is the Disneyland one. Is that what you have? Or you don't have the title? Is
Um,
that
I don't think the title made it in the
okay?
screenshot, but
So
oh yeah, I see Disneyland in it though. So it's
okay.
got to be
So
the right one.
let me find which one.
It starts out, I'm a 30-year-old female, have two young nephews.
Hold on. Calling it. No, that's not that one. It's not that one. Where is it? Oh, wait a minute. Did I not? Hold on for a second. Hmm. Okay, I forgot to put that. Let's see. So teacher. Okay, so we're gonna skip that one. I forgot to put that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
6.
So, okay, so the next one is the beginning of it starts out, I got a call from, oh wait, ooh, let me tell you about his
Your
favorite
son's teacher?
YouTubers. I got a call from it just starts, I got a call from his
Yep.
teacher
Okay.
saying, okay, that's the beginning. So what's the title? Because that's
Yeah,
probably
I'll
why it
get to it
doesn't
in
make
one
sense to
second. It's
me.
telling me my CPU is high here. Okay. Um, am I the asshole for calling my son's teacher a drama queen over her objection to his t-shirt, his shirt?
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, I'm interested. Okay, let's see here. I got a call from his school saying that he was asked to cover up his shirt. He had to turn it inside out and not to wear it again. I was baffled. He's 10. The principal said that his teacher took offense to it and sent him to the office. I asked him if he thought it was offensive, and he didn't want to answer and just said the teacher was being offended was enough. He was wearing a t shirt that said parental advisory, explicit lyrics. I thought it was funny because it reminded me of the stickers on CDs back in the 90s when I was a kid. My son liked the design. I explained that the principal, um, and he laughed because he's an 80s/90s kid. And no, I'm not some raunchy dad. I'm quite square. My son is a sweetheart. The teacher brought it up in a follow-up email, and I just replied that she was a total drama queen. Update, she replied back saying that my comment was uncalled, and her objection to the shirt was that it was at the very least borderline offensive, akin to wearing a death row record shirt. She cited in today's climate, where someone else would take bigger offense, and she had to look out for the school community as a whole. That made me laugh because the hardest thing my son listens to is the Foo Fighters or the Wizards of Oz soundtrack. The shirt was sarcastic. Update number two. She sent my son home not with a school dress code memo, but a classroom dress code memo, to which she highlighted that anything dress that supports vulgarity or obscenity explicitly or implicitly is not allowed. This would be funny if it weren't sad. I don't know whether to taunt her or to leave it alone. Um, so his shirt just basically looked like the old CD stickers that said parent advisory, explicit language, but there was actually no explicit language or anything, correct? That's what you
Yes.
got out of that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get it in terms of like the teachers have to protect the kids, the eyes of the kids, but I mean, to be honest with you, if say I was the parent that went or the kid that complained and then the parent that said, there's a little boy that, had a shirt on, as the teacher, I think I could defend it a little bit actually. Like, there wasn't actually any explicit words.
Yeah, what is it? Try
What
and explain to me what is the problem with this shirt, though. I'm trying. I'm still lost in it.
so okay, back
I know what
when
he. I
like
know what he's like. I remember like Tipper Gore was. This is one of the reasons why I never liked Tipper Gore. She wanted like warnings on
okay, yeah, that's
albums.
what it is. So basically there's a shirt that has basically the warning labels on the album. So it's like, but there was no warn I mean there was nothing on the shirt. It
There's no
wasn't like,
vulgar language or anything. So
no.
what is the problem?
Yeah, it's not like it said like vulgar language, or parent advisory, vulgar language, and on the back it had like, some terrible saying. When I was in the 5th grade, I had to turn my shirt inside out because I was wearing my mom's shirt, and it was, oh, I can't remember what the band was, but and the shirt said on the back, hot sweaty bodies in a steaming humping mass. So it was like a mosh pit
Right,
basically is
right,
what
right,
it
right, right. Yes.
referred to. So
It's a
steamy.
double
Uh,
entendre.
yeah. So I get it or whatever. Like my mom wasn't freaked out that they
Right.
made me turn the shirt inside out. This is one of those things that like I get like the snowflakes nowadays. Like I get that so many people are offended,
We talked about
and you have
this
to
in privately,
yeah
yes.
and you have to tiptoe around everything. And I'm just not that way to a certain
Me
extent.
either.
I get
Yeah.
it.
I'm not down with that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So I there was nothing said on the shirt that was explicit. It was almost like poking fun in a sense, or it was just a label. I mean, it would be like
It is like it's just kind of I
I think the teacher was being too sensitive. I think the
well,
teacher's
yeah, the way that
kind of the
supports
asshole.
vulgarity or obscenity explicitly or implicitly, meaning like, because it is supposedly a warning about vulgar language, so it's implicit,
There wasn't any. Right.
it's
Right.
implicitly talking about it, but um,
It was so his shirt insinuated a bunch of bad words.
right,
Basically, is that your
yeah,
point? It
so is there,
insinuated.
yes,
Yeah,
but
that
people have
doesn't.
no like humor anymore, like, it's this is why you can't have like, like Richard Pryor or
That's why we can't
um,
have nice things.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't have any kind of edgy humor.
Offensive.
I can't imagine like
Mm-mm.
what was his name, Lenny Bruce or something like that. He was
Mm-hmm.
a really edgy comedian way back in the day. Uh, so I mean,
Yeah.
like people should be able to, if you don't want to engage in that humor and that is not your cup of tea, that's fine. But I don't think any of the other
Yeah.
students would be thinking about
To
vulgar, it's just
to
a
be
cute.
honest with you, I guarantee the other students. I don't remember what the son's age was, but to be honest with you, I bet you the other students probably had no idea what that shirt even meant.
Right,
Do you
right.
know what I mean? It's like it's almost something. It was almost funny. It was like they're just it was more of yeah, it was more I guess of insinuating something, but um oh, the other thing was he like saying the question wasn't whether he was an asshole for, the son's shirt. It was more like was he an asshole
For
for
calling
calling
her a
the teacher
drama.
a drama? So
Exactly.
what do you guys think about that? What does the chat think about that? Because that is something like name calling nowadays, and stuff like that obviously it doesn't fly
Yeah,
and
we
it's
were a
not
little bit off
appropriate.
point on our what we were talking about, but
I
um,
think I don't think my husband would have called the teacher a drama queen. I think he would have sent back some sarcastic but yet like diplomatic email that kind of put her in her place about it if he felt strongly about it. I don't think he would have called her a name. But listen, I'm actually not really above name calling, okay? I'll admit it. Like sometimes you got to call. I don't
did
know.
did you see uncovering hypocrisies comment?
No, I'll go over. No, what? Let me go. I'm over in the chat now. Oh, I'm way behind. That teacher doesn't have kids. A, that teacher
A,
doesn't kids.
right.
That teacher doesn't have kids. B, needs to get laid. C, needs a drink slash a smoke. Yeah. D, all the above. Yes. Yes. All three, Claire says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say
I think the teacher read too much. Sherry, I agree. The teacher, like, just was whatever. Yeah, offended. The teacher needs to remove the stick out of her bum bum. That's so funny.
there are people who
So the word explicit is explicit now. Yeah, good point. Teacher is a bit of it. Yes, yep. The teacher is yeah. Is that
I would
really the
say
biggest
like
issue in schools today?
um,
Claire, I agree. There should. Yeah. Oh, good. The
Um, I would
chat
say
agrees.
technically he is the asshole because he could have. This is like
Oh,
the teacher. You
yeah.
get what it's their teacher. Um, it's kind of distracting from the purpose of going to school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like uh, I agree with his point that this teacher is being unreasonable. and is being
Mhm.
like a jerk, but it's just distracting from his child's education. So
Mhm.
best not to. I mean, if you have a, if one of your, yeah, I've had teachers. You know what I mean. Have you ever had any uptight teachers in
Oh
your
yeah.
time? So,
Oh,
I,
totally. Yeah.
right. So I
And
would
still to
just.
this day, we've got uptight teachers. I mean, my kids have gotten repeat teachers that, from junior high that my our youngest daughter now has a teacher that three of the older her older siblings had that is still just a pain in the ass, hard to deal with, just yeah. So, yeah, there are really uptight teachers, but I guess that's just the way it goes.
I remember I was a real problem child when I was a kid. I'm not sure if it had to do
No,
with my
Joey, not
brother.
you.
Well, what it was is, my brother passed away when I was 10.
Oh,
Um, and I don't know if I was acting out because of that, or I really didn't. My father, I love my father and everything, but he had all that guilt about, because
yeah.
he blamed himself for my brother's death because he had an argument
Oh.
with him, and that's why his friends took him to his ship. He was supposed to ship out in the Merchant Marines that day, so they had an argument. So he went with his friends, and he wound up drowning. Um,
Oh,
yes.
Joey, I'm so sorry. That's so awful.
So he was always after that. He was always so careful not to, you know to baby me, I guess, in a sense. What I'm trying. He didn't want to.
I
Um,
do. Um,
so that
I
something like that wouldn't happen because he was disciplining me, and so in a sense, to protect that from any possibility of that happening, he's like, okay, I'm
so
not
he was
gonna.
harder on you? Is that what you
No, he
mean?
was
Like
too
kind of toughen
soft.
you
He
up?
was too
Oh,
soft.
your dad. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, my dad was way
So,
too soft. So I acted out a lot, and I had a teacher she was my homeroom teacher, and she was the music teacher, but I never took music with her because I was just such a pain in the ass. I remember she kicked me out. I think it was the year before she was my homeroom. No, that's right. She was my homeroom teacher all the time, but I was acting out in her music class, and she kicked me out. And it was funny that she was still remained my homeroom teacher, but I never had her for music. I never had that music class
right.
the entire it's intermediate school. I don't the way that we did it in Jersey, so sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. I didn't
Mhm.
have her class. I can't remember what I did. I think I used to go to the office and help out in the office or something like that.
Huh.
So I never had music, and because I was
Just
such a
because you were
pain.
kind of an ass. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Because you
yeah.
got away with everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
exactly
that
what it is. And I was too
that could have
smart for them to just. I wasn't intimidated by teachers because I understood a lot of stuff. So adults can speak to
and
you in a certain
adults
way.
didn't. Yeah, but adults obviously didn't intimidate you because your own
Right,
dad didn't intimidate you.
right. So that's a shame. Like I
Yeah.
said, I wish my father was a little,
You know,
a little harder on
yeah,
me.
my my husband is definitely harder on the kids now that we lost our son. It'll be a year almost actually.
I'm so
But
sorry. I can't even imagine.
I I know. I mean not to get it. I know it's thank you. It's obviously awful. But he didn't like lighten up on the kids, and they're all older except for we do have the 13-year-old. But he didn't lighten up on them. He's almost tougher and like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Because just because the fear you get, like you're not supposed to lose a kid, and then we have more, so it's like there's an opportunity, I think, and I notice that with him, and I try to balance it a little bit, but he's definitely tougher, not tough, but tighter, in a good way too. It's a good thing too. Uh, anyway, all right.
Just give me one
Mm.
second. I'm just gotta write something here. I was letting Red and the people in my comment chat knows they can use the same um, sense last time. The way you used the same one.
Huh?
I was just letting them know that they already have an invite to the meet, and they don't have to.
Mm.
They don't need a new one. Okay, so which
The
one? So we're
next
gonna
one.
skip the. I'm gonna put in the
uh,
Disney one uh, at the end if we're still going, because we're going a little faster this time, which is good. I think Red's starting her own stream, so um, I'm not sure when she's starting it. She said she had her own thing to do.
So
So which one did you want? Is the next one?
the next one I have is not the a-hole. Says sorry for the odd title. I wasn't sure
Okay,
how to word
let
this.
me go back to the. So um, so one, two, three. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Is it the, let's see,
It just says
no,
not the
the no
a-hole in
offense,
blue.
the no offense one?
No offense. No, it just says,
Sorry for the odd title.
yeah, not the
Okay.
a-hole. Sorry for the odd title.
Okay. So let me just, um,
Ouch.
I'll read it in a second here. Let me just go to my stream here. And that's the no offense one. So the title is, Am I the
Yep.
asshole for saying no offense after talking about historical events?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I don't know if that
So
makes any more sense to you now that you know well, you haven't
I
read
don't
it.
know.
That's right. We're going
Right.
fresh. I like it better going fresh because, like I say, I skim it a little bit to make sure it's worth it, to even talk about.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
okay. So go ahead.
okay. So not the a-hole. Okay. Sorry for the odd title. I wasn't sure how to word this. LOL. My boyfriend and I have been dating for a couple years, and I know his family well. They're mostly open minded, but they do something that makes me a little confused. I'm Asian, half Japanese to be exact, and whenever they talk about bad things like Japanese government does slash did, they always turn to me and say, no offense. This confuses me because I fully am against many horrible crimes the government did and does today, and it confuses me why I take offense, even when I usually bring up my disdain for past events. I
I'm
also was
assuming that
born
that means like World War II stuff is what I'm gonna say. I assume.
Probably, yeah. I also was born in America and my mom's Japanese and she grew up in poor farmlands. So I don't think she had family that was directly involved. So after a while, I thought it'd be funny if I did the same thing to them. His parents told me that his mom's family came over on the Mayflower or something. I take a lot of history classes pertaining to colonization and talk about the horrific treatment of indigenous people when it comes up. I did this recently with my boyfriend's parents, and right after I said stuff about the treatment of Indigenous people, I turned to his parents and said, no offense to you guys, though. His parents kind of looked at me like how I looked when they said, no offense to me, lol. I only did it a couple of times to make them feel uncomfortable, the same way I felt uncomfortable and stopped after. They also stopped doing it to me. I feel a little bad because they seemed like they are scared to talk about history and stuff with me now, and I was wondering if this was a dick move. That's funny.
I think it is funny to tell you the truth.
Oh, yeah, I think it's funny. I think that naturally when you're just talking about stuff you don't want to offend people and I I don't know. So I totally get why the parents would say that, but like she said, like I wasn't there, had nothing to do with it. It wasn't I keep getting sidetracked. I'm hiding out one of my teenage daughter's rooms, and I keep the pictures
Okay.
keep showing up, and then I'm like, who is that in the background? Anyway, I don't think that I don't really think she's the asshole. I don't really think the parents are being assholes either. It's like, again, everybody's so worried about offending somebody or not being offend or being the one to
Yes.
offend somebody, that we feel like we almost have to preface everything we say with, I'm going to tell you a story, but don't be upset, no offense, or,
Right, 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 right.
this isn't about you, or, so yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I just think it's funny. I mean, I think she had a sense of humor. She was ribbing them
Yeah.
because, they're doing something that um I agree with what she's saying, what I'm trying to say. It's why are
Mhm.
they saying, no offense, so like they're
Yeah.
obviously probably talking about some kind of, Japanese war crimes or something like that. So they don't need to preface every time they say something about the Japanese, no offense to her,
Mhm.
and that makes her feel uncomfortable because she's American. You know what I mean? She might have Japanese
They,
ancestry, but she's
but that
fully
doesn't mean that.
American. So
Right.
why is
Yeah, it
she?
doesn't mean
Why are
that
they
she's.
treating her like she's, you know, a Japanese person? She's American. Like, I don't think I have Spanish heritage. I'm trying to say, I'm kind of trying to avoid that. My grandparents were all born in Spain, like the Canary Islands
Oh.
in Spain proper, and my mom was born in Cuba, and my father was born in Puerto Rico, which is, that is, you're an American citizen when you're born there to begin with. But I was born here. I don't consider myself. I don't have any allegiance to Spain or
Mhm.
Cuba. I mean, I have family there, and I have relatives there, and I know about it, but I'm fully American. I just don't even consider myself in any way, shape, or
Yeah.
form anything but a full-blown, patriotic American
Right.
too. I'm proud to be
Right. So if I were
American.
right, so if I brought up something that like the damn Spaniards did, they raped and pillaged families, you wouldn't be offended. I wouldn't have to say no offense, Joey.
Yeah, yeah,
And
like
I'm
the
not saying
Spanish
they did that. I'm just
Inquisition,
saying,
when
right,
they were.
right. Like any of that. I mean, like it's history is dirty. There's so much barbaric behavior. I mean, it just that's history. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think really anybody's the asshole in this situation, to be honest with you. I think the girl has a sense of humor and she was a little bit smart assy, and
Yeah,
I can
she was giving it to
relate
him a
with
little
that.
bit. Yeah, she was giving it to him
And
a little bit.
I don't, I'm assuming the parents are decent. Assume not, I guess, assuming the parents are decent. They're just, I don't know, maybe ignorant and saying the no offense, but I would probably be, I don't know, maybe like that too. They didn't, I don't think they meant anything by it, you know?
Right, right. I don't think so either. They're just that overly, um, the way almost I will say it like almost how uh, a like company will put it like disclaimer like about everything like, oh, this might happen and this might happen and this might happen, so that they're
Mhm.
legally covered. So they just want to put that in there so that they're free to talk about it. I don't think it's necessary,
Mhm.
but they choose to do it anyway. So I thought it was a fairly clever way for her to
It is.
let them know and let them
It was.
experience it in the same manner, because apparently
Mhm.
the message did get through.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. They were like, she would say no offense. I think that's funny. I think the way she did it was, that is a good way. That's honestly, I would have probably handled it that way. And as the parents, I would have handled it that way as well. So I really don't think I don't think she's an asshole at all. And I don't
No,
think the parents were really actually assholes. I think that just some people don't know what to say because everybody's afraid to say something because everybody gets offended nowadays by everything, you know?
right, right.
And there are, and let me also say too, not to see that here I'm like already thinking, great, that's going to offend somebody. There are so many offensive things that people do say that are out there that are, I mean, that is not, I'm not saying that we should, you know, I'm just saying I get it, I guess.
Yes,
This is
yes.
all I'm saying. Not
Yeah.
to make it into something it's not. So yeah.
Like I said, I
Anyway.
thought she
Hmm.
handled it. I thought she handled it really
Yeah.
well.
So the
Uh,
next one I have is I told my overweight coworker,
okay.
um, is
Let
she
me
ate
just
like me, she would look like
let me
if she
check
ate like me,
this.
she would look like me.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on one second. I think we
Mm,
both know which way that one's going.
yeah.
Um. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. So let me just go
Okay.
here and just give me 1 second. And okay. So the yep title again. Title again is I told my overweight coworker. Is she if yeah she said if she ate like
Yeah.
me, she would look like
She
me.
would look like. Okay, well you're automatically the asshole.
I think so.
Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, to throwaway count mostly because I'm at work and can't remember what my actual login is, aka throwaway account because I I know how awful I am and people are
Yeah.
going to rail me for this. Okay,
Right.
so I'm a 25-year-old female, have been pretty skinny all my life. I eat healthy most of the time, exercise regularly, not consume my weight in Pop Tarts, a real problem in college. I also don't think I'm better than fat people. I think obesity is a complex issue, and merely reducing the obesity epidemic to move more, eat less doesn't take into account the socioeconomic complexities, mental health issues, physical health issues, etc. I don't make comments like, OMG, I'm so fat when I eat a slice of cake. I don't talk about going on diets. I don't judge other people's food choices. I don't really care about what you eat. About 6 months ago, a coworker named Diane, 40, female, transferred to our office. We are essential, so no work from home. She's overweight and has constantly made remarks about my food choices. If I eat a salad, she'll talk about how I have an eating disorder and promote toxic diet culture. She'll say my body is unnatural and real women have curves. One time, she even tried to make a case that the reason I'm still single is because men don't find my skinny body attractive. Sometimes, though, she'll she'll do a complete 180. She'll make remarks about how it must be nice to be young with a metabolism like mine, or to have genetics that allow me to eat whatever I want without gaining an ounce. Lady, weren't you just calling me anorexic yesterday because I had a salad for lunch? This constant harassment has really been getting to me. I feel like, oh, sorry guys, I had to do a screenshot of the next thing, so just a second. Um, does it, sorry, Joey, does it start out saying, I feel like I have tried to get this to stop, or where did I
Yeah.
miss that?
Yes. I feel like I can't eat. I feel like I can't eat in the office anymore.
And then I have tried to get this to stop. Is that where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay, sorry guys. So she feels like she can't eat in the office anymore. Okay. I tried to get this to stop. I have told her firmly to stop. I have told her politely to stop. I have ignored her. I even went to HR and was told this wasn't harassment, so they couldn't do anything about it. Well, this all came to a head today. Ever since my first job, I have brought in uh, spoopy Rice Krispie treats. I don't know,
Okay.
whatever. Um, Rice Krispie treats on the first day of October. They're just dyed orange and green and pumpkin and with Frankenstein faces on them. I grabbed one, and Diane said, "I wish I could eat like you and still look like you." I said, "If you ate like me, you
Hold
probably
on.
would
I'm
look
just gonna
like
say
me."
that it probably means spooky, is what she was trying
Oh
to say,
yeah,
since it's for Halloween. It sounds like.
yeah. I figured that, but I didn't want to go back. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I said if you ate like that, I, I said if you ate like me, probably you would look like me. Grabbed another and walked back to my desk. Honestly, I didn't feel like I was an asshole until another coworker said that was extremely hurtful to Diane. When I pointed out that she had been bullying me since she got there, the coworker told me it wasn't the same. That it would be like using a racial slur against an African American bully. I went too far because I can't possibly understand the discrimination overweight overweight women face, and I should have found another way to deal with it. I'll admit, having never been fat myself, I don't know the full extent of discrimination against fat people, and I do not want to stoop to the levels of bigots. But how else am I supposed to deal with this? So random strangers on the internet, and I the asshole. Ah, you guys, that's okay. I don't know. I don't know. At first, I thought, yeah, just
Yep.
immediately, like this
Uh,
person's definitely going to be the asshole. But I don't know.
nope. Nope. The
I'm,
coworker is.
yeah, I'm. I am like heavier than I've ever been in my life right now.
Me
I
too.
like I mean, other than when I was pregnant, but I'm honestly not far off of delivery weight. But I've never been a weight person. That's something my mom did right. Was never talked. It just wasn't an issue. It was like the scale, the numbers don't matter on the scale as long as you look
Right.
good and feel good. It's fine. Like, I always weighed more than my friends, but we wore the same size. My body type was shorter, athletic, thicker. Anyway, I'm bigger. I am heavier now than I've ever been. And I wouldn't wear a swimming suit or anything. I'm dealing with some like insecurities there. But weight is so sensitive. And I, too, like the author was saying, there's so much to weight, physical, mental, um, what's in your DNA, if it's hereditary, everything. But that being said, that doesn't like negate or make up for the overweight coworker being a dick either, or just having that attitude. So that's tough. Maybe she could have said it a different way, but I think at some point I would have said something too. You know, to be honest,
Um,
I don't know.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see. I don't see them being
Joey, I'm gonna mute for just a second, okay?
sure. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to. Uh, let's see. Okay. I see something here. Yep. So, yep. No, I gave one to basically everybody's here. You guys are my loyal guys here, hanging in my stream. So, want to make sure. I know uncovering is a mod in Red's channel. Not sure if Claire is, but I pretty much trust you guys. So, took a while. I did that quite a while ago. I probably did it like 30 minutes ago. Can't believe how long it takes for the wrenches to actually show up. But yep, I gave you one. I'm not sure if Megan's still here. Who else? I think she left maybe, but I gave one to Megan, and I think I gave one to Melissa. Let me see. Yep, I gave one to Melissa. So I gave one to everybody, basically. Because you guys are, you're here. So no problem, no problem, Claire. What do you guys think? I mean, I really,
I'm back.
when I first, okay.
Okay.
So when I read the title and skimmed it at first,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Why is
we
the
can hear you.
speaker down? You can hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, weird. My speaker was off. I'm not the mute. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, what did you guys come up with?
They
What
were
does
asking me
everybody
because
think
they
on that
just
one?
a couple of people just realized they have wrenches, so we were talking about that for a second. Um, so I, I'm sorry, but I got to come down on. I'm going to say that she's not an asshole. I think somebody
Hmm.
said that they both are, but I don't. If the girl had not constantly been talking about what she eats and her, like she's body shaming her for having a healthy body mass. So
Hmm.
I don't see that as being. I find that really problematic, and it's the way she described it. I'm sure she's painting herself a little bit in a better light, but she had had enough of it. She'd asked her to stop. She's not stopping, so she did a little, maybe a nastier version of the no offense kind of thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The last story, the last situation we just talked about.
Yeah.
She kind
Yeah.
of
The
did
no
the
offense.
same
Yeah.
kind of thing. She's like, oh well, I'll just have another. If you ate like me, it's not necessarily the best way to handle it, but it
Right.
is in a sense true. If she, I don't, I'm not sure because she didn't discuss what the other woman's diet is because I know my sister like eats like nothing, but she has like a thyroid problem, so she's like big. She's really big, and she eats like nothing. I mean, you wouldn't
Mhm.
believe how. I mean, she has like chocolate milk, and she does. It's not like she doesn't eat sweets. Nothing. She eats very little,
Yeah,
but she has
there's so
an
much that
underactive
can go in.
thyroid. Yeah,
Right.
so
I
she
mean,
has
there's
gained a
so
ton of
much that
weight.
can go into it. Yeah, so that's like, sorry guys, that's part of it. I mean, there's so much that, could do with it, but that doesn't give that coworker, I guess, the excuse to be a jerk to the younger, skinnier girl.
Right.
Um,
It's not
I
her
mean,
fault
if
that
the
she's
younger,
got a healthy body mass, or yeah, or
yeah, or that she's, has a desirable look or physique or, that's, I don't know,
well,
that's hard to deal
to
with, I'm
like
sure,
to
but
come out and
you don't have to
say,
be,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, no, yeah, no, I'm done. I mean, just, yeah, it was an asshole thing.
No, to come out and say that, well, you're single because of that. Well, there's a lot of reasons why a woman might be single. She might have had
Yeah,
a bunch of jerk boyfriends. Now she wants to be by herself. She hasn't found.
yeah.
She's been dating and hasn't found someone who she
Well,
wants to be with. There's so many
yeah, oh,
reasons
yeah.
why a person can be single.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I think that I'm going to just go ahead and say that the coworker's an asshole. What's everybody else saying? Oh, my
It's
earbud's
funny
getting bad.
how
I'm going to
like
have to switch.
it seems like the other person, we're kind of unsure about the person asking the question, but we're pretty sure about the other person who
I know.
is it,
I
who's
guess
caused the
because that's who we
situation.
feel like we have, right? We feel like we have um their more information, I suppose.
So Claire Bear says, I think she should have said something like, just think she could have done it better without fat shaming. Neither
Right.
should, neither should,
Right.
I think she meant to say should be body shamed. Uh, neither should be body shamed. Yeah, which I agree with. That's why the heavier woman is,
I I agree,
uh,
Claire.
and she probably had children too. That's another big deal because she said she was 40, so there's a likelihood that she could have had children, and there's a lot of women
Oh,
just don't recover from it. They have a really hard
yeah.
time getting rid of their pregnancy weight, so that's
Yeah.
like another issue. But don't it almost seems like it seemed a little bit of jealousy to me almost. That's
That's how it
why,
was wrote up to be. That's why I mean, I'm assuming that yeah, I'm assuming that the author was being honest with, everything and how she portrayed it. But yeah, I think that they both could have not body shamed each other, like
yes,
Claire was
yeah,
saying. It felt a little body shaming but and it's hard enough just to live in your own skin on a regular basis if you're not happy. So to be told, I don't know, you're too skinny or yeah, you could look like me if you ate like me. I'm sure she snapped. It's one of those things that, you know, we do every once in a while. It happens sometimes. And,
right.
I'm not going to call her an asshole, though. I don't think she was being an asshole. I think that it's an unfortunate situation. It was like a little bit assholey, but she isn't the asshole.
Right. She could handle it
Hmm.
better, but no one's perfect. And but I don't think
Yeah.
that would make her an asshole then.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
another
Let's
one.
see what I got next here.
Let me
Where
see if
are
I could tell from
we?
told. Let me see. I think it's the one that says. Let me see here.
Changing
Waiting for.
locks when my
Oh
ex-husband gave his
no.
mother a key. Oh no, that
Okay.
was last week's,
No,
right?
no. This is no. It's a different one. It's
Oh, I
basic.
see that.
So let me go to that. I'll make sure to keep them in order next time so we don't have to figure out. Okay, so
Oh shit, guys.
what's wrong?
Okay, I just found. Oh my God. Um, I just found a little like I thought it was a vape pen in my daughter's bed. She's 19, so it's
Right.
whatever. I just took a little puff. It's weed. Thank God I just took a little one. So if all of a sudden I get a little woozy, that's why. I cannot believe this.
So this is a live
I
discovery.
feel
This
like I'm
just
in
happened.
trouble. Yeah,
Mm,
just now. I literally just took like a little puff thinking it was like nicotine.
right,
No, it's not. And I feel like I'm going to be in trouble because I'm in her bedroom because it's
right.
quiet downstairs away and we've
Yes.
got, a household.
You're
So yeah.
invading my privacy,
Anyway,
mommy.
and I just, yeah, took a puff off of what I thought was nicotine and it wasn't. Oh my good Lord. Huh.
You heard it live, guys. Okay.
uh, I should tell her to
So,
log on and watch.
right, she should come on
You
with us on the
guys.
stream. Okay, explain yourself, young lady.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a talk
Uh,
happening later, I guess.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
So
Oh,
this one says,
oh yeah.
"Am I the asshole for changing the locks when my ex-husband gave
Yeah.
his mother his key to my place?" It is
Yeah.
pretty funny
Okay.
though. We're gonna have to talk about this later after.
This is another two pager, so hold on. I'm gonna make sure that I have it lined up so that way I don't have to stop and ask you guys where I was at.
Sure.
When she left, I called my boyfriend. Um, oh, I'm still gonna have to ask you, I guess, because it
That's
doesn't
okay.
show where I
Don't worry about it.
was.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. My ex-husband and I have two sons, ages 3 and 6, and a daughter, 10 months. We split up just over a year ago, and during proceedings, he got one weekend a month with our sons and no custody of our daughter. He has to drive to the house to get the boys on his weekends because sometimes I'm on work calls or dealing with the baby, and the boys always forget things at my place. We agreed that he could keep his key to the house so he could run in and grab stuff or come get the boys without disturbing me slash the baby. 2 months ago, I found my ex. 2 months ago, I found my ex's mother in my living room playing with my daughter. I asked her how she got in, and she said that the ex had given her his key so she could pick up the boys for him. I told her that as ex is meant to be that my ex is to be the only person collecting the
Is
boys.
meant to be the
I,
only person collecting the boys.
yeah, I'd I'd rather the ex came for them in the future. She said she understood and would relay my message, then took the boys to the ex, and all was fine. A month later, she just let herself into my home to pick up the boys again. I was a lot sterner this time, saying this was my home and she shouldn't just let herself in. She responded that this wasn't just my home, but also the home of her grandchildren, and it used to be her son's home too. And she has a key, so she shouldn't need to request my permission to enter. When she left, I called my boyfriend, who then said, um, that's where, now I have to go to the next
Then
page,
then
Joey.
okay. Um, she
And
when
it
she
says,
left, my I called my boyfriend, who then said he'd pick up a front door lock and come over and fit it if I wanted.
oh, okay. Okay. Well, the
I
next
agreed
part that
within
I
an
have.
hour, and the lock was changed, and a latch was added.
Okay, that's what I have. Okay, added. Okay. On Sunday, someone started knocking rapidly and forcefully on the door. Well, give it to her to give to him, and I refused, saying that clearly my ex can't be trusted with my key, so he won't be getting one either. Since this conversation, I have had nonstop calls slash messages from both my ex and his mother saying I need to give I need to give one of them the key because them not having access to the house means having to rely on me to give them access, and that I'm making things extraordinarily difficult for both of them. They say that they need to have a key for the reasons in the first paragraph, and I've said that they need to start letting me know when they'll be coming so I can let them in. They say that I'm restricting access to the children as they'll now have to work with my schedule, but I checked and I'm well within my legal rights. Morally, however, I'm unsure because technically speaking, I am restricting access to the two incidents. So sorry, it was a little bit wordy towards the end. I just wanted to go back and tell you guys the ages. My ex-husband and I have two sons, ages 3 and 6, and then they have the 10-month-old baby. But was the problem, I don't understand. They have to work with their schedule anyway, right? I mean, she can't. It's not like the boys are left home alone. They're little. So I don't understand what the problem is with them. I don't get it. Like even if they have a key, they don't have to. Before maybe they weren't calling the wife. They were just or the ex. They were just showing up and letting themselves in. But they still had to know that she was home. Correct? Before they showed up, they knew that she was
I
going to be
guess
home.
she is home because it does seem like it.
So I
That's the
don't.
part.
There's no difference to me. I don't know why they're upset. They don't. They don't get a key. They broke the rules. They don't get a key. It's as simple as that. They're lucky that they got a key in the first place. My ex never had a key. Wouldn't have a key. No, I
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
not. You're entitled to the visitation of the children, but you're not entitled to access to the new your your living
I
situation. This
yeah. I
sounds a
feel
lot like
like
the last week's, doesn't it? Where the mom
yeah.
she said, "Oh, okay, I will respect your wishes," and then just completely is ignoring it. And
Hmm.
um, when she described the first time, she said that she was playing with. I'm going to go back. She said she was playing with the daughter, right? So why is if she's there only to pick
Yeah.
up the boys, why is she
A
sitting
month
there playing
later,
with
she
her
left.
daughter?
Yeah. 2 months ago, I found my ex's mother in my living room playing with my daughter.
Yeah, so
I
that's
asked
that's the
her.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So
baby.
1 week in a month. So let me look at their arrangement. It says we split up just over a year ago, and during proceedings, he got 1 weekend a month with our sons and no custody of our daughter. He has to drive to the house to get the boys on his weekends because sometimes I'm on work calls or dealing with the baby. So basically, he has
Yeah,
to come when
to get
she's
the
home
kids.
anyway. They
Right.
because the kids don't aren't there on their own ever.
Exactly.
So somewhere before when he shows up, he's already contacted her and he knows that she's home so he can get the boys or whatever. So I don't understand. There's it just made it one
She
step
was
easier to
being
where he
nice.
doesn't knock. Yeah, this time they have to knock and just to be let in. I there it's not like they were showing up with a key before because these boys were always home at their beck and call whenever they needed to come and get the boys were there. That's not how it was. It was the boys were at home because that was the scheduled time that the ex was going to be picking them up. Do you know what I mean? So now
Yes.
they're just it's just one step more. You got to knock on the door instead of putting the key in the door. And you guys lost your privileges by doing that. She, yeah, I don't know.
She was
Mother-in-law
being nice,
sometimes.
just letting the guy have a key to begin with, because
Right,
I don't know if I
like
would have
the
done
other,
that.
like
You
last
know,
week. Yeah,
you
no,
said your ex didn't have one. You know, you just make arrangements like, okay, when you're supposed to come, I'll make
no,
sure I open the door and you'll be let in, and I don't see how that's a problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
uncovering. Sorry, you guys. I just went. She could be doing worse. Are you talking about or my daughter? What I found in the bed? That's funny. I know,
there you
you
go.
guys. I'm so nervous that I'm gonna like all of a sudden start feeling
No,
buzzed
no,
and a
no,
little
no.
loopy. That's funny.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah, she's uncovering says change the locks. Change the locks,
yeah.
no key. They were so disrespectful of her privacy. Sounds like control freaks. Yeah, a little bit. Melissa says no key. I have to agree. They're not entitled to, they don't have a right to the key. She was being nice to
No.
begin with by doing that, and
Yeah.
even let it happen once without taking the key or taking any action.
Hmm.
And it's from her story. It wasn't her, like, she didn't ask the boyfriend. So the boyfriend obviously didn't like it either.
Yeah.
So, and okay, so I'm assuming that the daughter is not his. I'm not sure about that one because
I'm assuming. I think it is because he said that he doesn't. I just think right now where the baby's little, like the baby's a baby, they didn't. Then the dad's only getting the 1 weekend a month. That's hardly
yeah,
any
that's what.
visitation. I'm assuming the baby's his because she would have maybe she wouldn't even mention or maybe she would have said. it's a different father. But I just what I'm assuming is the baby's too young for the dad to have custody right now. Like maybe
Okay,
the
it does
mom
say
is just
of
like,
it
no.
does yeah no it does say of our daughter, so it is the two of
Yeah.
theirs. Okay,
Hmm.
so there must have been, put it this way, there must be some kind of problem that he only gets um okay, someone's trying to come, that he only gets one weekend per month.
Yeah.
So give me one
Yeah.
second, someone's trying to come in. I just need to get the meat because that's this other window over here, and that's Brandon. Okay, hey Brandon, how's it going?
Hey, people. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? So we're just doing this, so I'm gonna have to redo something really quickly here. How am I
Do you
gonna
want me
read
to go
this?
on to reading the next one?
No, no, just give me one. I need to add a different because I don't have it formatted for two people, so I need to add another source. It'll just take 2 seconds. Um,
I'll go
I'm
look
on
at
my
chat then.
phone. I don't know if I can read anything. I'm on my phone. I'm not sure if I can.
You
no,
can, because
no,
I'm on
don't.
my
It
phone and I
has no,
have no
don't worry
idea
about
what
it.
I'm doing
It's no big deal.
technologically. So you can. You can.
Don't
Well,
worry about it. I just need to do this really quick over here. So that's all. I just need to add this meat over here so that it shows it this way instead of the way it was showing. And just gonna do one last thing. I'll leave it like this for now. Hold on, I could do this. Yeah, let me just do this really quickly.
I don't
Uh,
think anything will be big enough for me to be able to read it because I'm on my phone and
no, 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 no.
yeah.
She reads it. She has another thing. What it is
Oh, shoot.
it's set up so that she occupies the whole thing on the bottom, and now that you're here, that changes the layout. So I'm just putting in a new window really quickly here, which is no big deal. It's gonna take like 2 seconds to
Is
reformat
Little Red
this.
doing live tonight? Is she on?
Yeah,
Is
I think
she
she's
going
Yeah,
live
live
right.
tonight?
Yes, I think she's
Oh, is
live
she
right
live
now.
right now?
yeah.
Yes.
She's live right now.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all done. Wait a minute, a little bit taller. Okay, now it's done. There we go. So what I had to
I
do
wish she would
was,
have come on here and
if
then
you look
went
at the
onto her
stream, you could
channel.
see the difference, where now it's, instead of you occupying that whole window, it's a three-person window on the bottom. That's the only difference.
Okay, should I get to reading?
Okay, so are we done
Where
with
are
this
we at?
one though? I think we just wanted to talk about this a little bit more. Uh,
Yeah, the mom. I think the mother-in-law is the asshole, and the ex-husband. I don't think that the mom of the kids is the asshole at all here,
well, I
at
think
all.
where we left it off is there must be, if he's only getting one weekend out of an entire month, there's got to be some kind of reason that the court is only giving him 2 days out of 30
I
or 31
know.
days.
I was kind of wondering that myself too. I know. I wasn't sure. I didn't really want to like insinuate or say, but maybe he's just like not really a hands-on dad, and the mom isn't like one of the moms that's going to force the dad to sort of take on more custody and stuff. You know what I mean? Take
Yes.
on more time and sort of be upset with him for not doing more, you know?
So yeah, this is problematic that she needs to give him access to her house for the entire month for when he's only really needs to be there for basically say 10 minutes when he picks him up and 10 minutes when he drops him off. And she's home. So it's not like he's never going to be leaving the two kids in the house when she's not there, and he's never going to be
Right.
picking up the kids when she's not there. So he's being really unreasonable, expecting this to that he needs to have this kind of access. I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. I
uncovering
don't know.
hypocrisy
Huh.
says could be over 100 miles between
Oh,
them. That's
yeah.
standard. My ex only got my girl once a month. Okay, so I learned
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah. I guess assuming like my ex lived close. Yeah. No. Yeah, you're right. There's so many. I mean, um some of our really good friends right now, they live 6 hours apart, and one weekend a month she has to drive the little boy all the way, the whole 6 hours and back. But kind of the way that worked out was she was able to kind of get, full custody by, agreeing to do that.
Deal. She says, West Coast baby.
Yeah, I asked if anybody was on the West Coast because because of time wise, like it's still light out. It's only 4:45 for me, so I was just
Right.
wondering what it was for
Yeah, let's see.
everybody
It's
else.
dark already. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all dark here. Let's see. I hate that. You know what I mean? What is it? It's only what? Yeah, well, it's almost 8, but it's been dark for a while
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
The winter is coming.
Oh yeah, winter's coming. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what's our last one there, or our next one?
Um, let's see here. I'll probably have to go, so this will probably be the last one for me. But the next one that I have is speaking as someone that has a double mastectomy.
Oh yeah, we got
Oh
to.
wait. Okay, wait. I don't have that story, Joey. Actually, I only have the comments. That didn't come across right. So do you want to read that one? Do you want to read this last one?
Yeah, do you want me to send it to you, or just so you see it, or do you want?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Actually, let me just go to Twitter or to the my DMs real quick and see. My wife could have. Let me see here. I forgot that I could just go back to that link. Just a second.
Let me look and see which one that is.
Am I the asshole for saying my wife could have enlarged her boobs?
Yes, yeah, that's the one.
Okay, just a second. Oh, it says it's removed though. I don't get it. Speaking.
Oh, okay. Maybe it could have been the
Yeah,
person actually removed it, so I can read it because I
yeah.
downloaded it. So
I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't have
okay,
it.
okay. So let me go to my thing here. So it says, "Am I the asshole for saying my wife could have enlarged her boobs? My sister and I are arguing. I don't think I am the asshole, but my sister said I am the asshole, and my wife deserves better. My wife had a double mastectomy and reconstruction within the last 6 months. She really struggled the first few months with insecurity. When she was going to get the reconstruction done, I told her I really wanted her to get them bigger. Okay. She didn't, and while I was bummed, I didn't say anything about it to her. My parents and sister came over today and saw her for the first time since her surgeries. My mom was saying how she looked exactly the same, and I jokingly said, right? She could have had an insurance paid boob job. Apparently, that was a bad thing to say. My wife started crying and said it was a dick move for me to have suggested it in the first place, knowing how insecure she felt, and it sucked. I was still hung up on it. My sister jumped all over my ass, and I was such an asshole, and my wife could do better. I said my wife was just being emotional, and now even my dad's mad at me. And when I asked what I had said that was so wrong, my dad says he didn't raise a moron. Was what I said really so offensive? Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Especially given the circumstances.
exactly.
The circumstances are right there. I have everything to do with it. I think. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, what an asshole. I got my boobs done just to get them done. And my husband was like on board. He was fine. But he said over and over, this is for you, not me. Oh, you guys, I got one of my dogs got in. Sorry. And he's huge. He's a big old St. Bernard. Anyway, so I just think for the circumstances, especially like, I mean, yeah, of course he's going to have an opinion about the size and everything like that. But given the circumstances, I, it invalidates it automatically. Like he's just an ass.
Kind of ravaged.
Yeah.
So she's had cancer. So she's had that happen. So she's already gonna have that problem.
And the
and then she had a double
Yeah.
mastectomy, so she lost her. Some women care. I mean, about their.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why
absolutely.
women get
They
boob
feel,
jobs. You know what I mean? They actually get boob
well,
jobs because they want
that's
big.
what I
They're
was gonna
self-conscious about
say.
having women, too small. So she apparently wasn't because she could have had a bigger one put in, and she made the decision not to do that, and he still doesn't.
Yeah,
He still doesn't care.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like the what comes along with having cancer is a lot more than just the cancer. And when it's breast cancer or, female cancer, I mean, I know a couple people that have had to get hysterectomies, total hysterectomies and stuff because of ovarian cancer or uterine cancer, and they feel less of
Less
a
of a woman,
woman
yes,
because
yeah, yeah,
they're
yes,
I mean that makes me feel sad. I don't know. I don't know how that would feel. I don't know how I'd feel. And the breasts are the same way. I felt like I looked like a 11-year-old boy. I mean, I literally had no boobs and I just I wanted I wanted boobs.
right,
And I wanted it to for myself to fill out a swimming suit top or a shirt or whatever. I wanted it simply for the way I felt about myself. And I don't know if my husband would have been pushing it like from the very beginning, I would have been so insecure about it, but he never said anything. He was like, "No, you know, it did not
he
matter to
loved you
him
for
either
you,
way."
yeah, yeah,
And that's just me. That's elective. That's just me wanting implants. That has not had nothing to do with me getting cancer, me feeling like less of a woman, me having my breast removed in the first place. I mean, that's a whole other element. That's a whole nother that's I don't know. It's just that opens up so much more. This guy's an asshole, 100%. This guy's an asshole.
yeah, totally, definitely is an asshole. So, are
Yeah,
you feeling an effect from this, or is this why you're
I I don't know. I'm a little. I
a little
don't feel
paranoid or
high, you
something?
guys.
Yeah,
I feel a little above myself, but I don't. It doesn't feel like how I remember getting high felt. Like smoking out
right.
of a pop can or a joint or I don't a pipe or a bong or whatever. I don't. It feels a little. I don't know how to explain it. Like
Hmm.
I'm not stoned, but I there's something happening. I
Right.
just I can't believe I didn't even consider that it was weed and not like oh my God, you guys.
So was it
This
kind
is
of like hidden though, or you know what I mean?
oh yeah, it was under her I'll show you. It was I'm on her bed and like whatever and it's see how it's on the sheets
Yep.
under a pillow?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Whoops, sorry, Ty.
So there's going to
Anyway,
be
I
a
feel
talk happening tonight, I guess, or like.
I yeah, I'll just I don't know, maybe I'll grab it when she gets home and maybe I'll just be, I don't know,
Right.
somehow accidentally find it and be like,
Yeah.
oh, go to take a puff and see if she's like, oh, don't
Well,
do that.
did you know if she smoked or not, or is this like
No,
okay?
I mean, it's not, I mean, she's
Yes.
has a full-time job. She's a great kid, but I'm not, like I know she's asked her older siblings to buy her White Claws and we went camping over the summer a couple times and I bought her and her boyfriend alcohol, but it was with us around a campfire.
Right.
I was fine with it. I personally was okay with it. And I'm not against smoking weed. My son that passed
Yes.
away of cancer, we bought stuff for him because it helped at the end, especially. I'm not
Yes.
against it. I just personally can't do it because I'm a freak show usually. And yeah, I'm like a 14-year-old girl that gets high every time for the first time. Like where you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and then you eat and then, you're paranoid and pass out. And I'm not somebody that can like
Right.
function doing it.
You
So
don't enjoy
anyway,
it. Yeah. So you don't enjoy it.
no, I wish I did, but and nowadays there's so much to it, there's so much to it. Like they say, you just have to get the right strain or the right kind, and it's like, ugh, I just don't feel like putting the energy into that. You know what I mean? So, um, But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little, I'm like, I'm not shocked, but I guess I'm surprised. I honestly wasn't expecting to
Right, right, right.
take a puff and have it be, yeah, have it be that and not, because yeah, I don't know, but
You got
yeah,
to tell
it
me how
looks
that
just like
works
an
out, though.
old
You
school.
got to do it
Oh,
like
I
you
will.
said. You're
I
like,
will.
oh yeah, I just, oh you have, I don't have my so
Yeah,
you smoke cigarettes, right, or
yeah,
whatever. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm out
yeah,
of cigarettes.
yeah,
I just grabbed this. I saw you had this. I'm just gonna
yeah. I
smoke.
thought it was a vape. I thought it was just a regular, yeah, like not a weed pen or whatever they call them. Yeah. My older daughter came home one day. She was really close with my parents. And she started like, and they live in the same town, not far away from us. And um, she cleaned for them after school. Like when she first got her driver's license, is just a part of a job. She would go clean my dad's office, which is in their house, and they're downstairs and stuff. And she was really close with my mom too. And she went over there after school and was hungry. And you're at grandma's house, right? So, like, technically, my mom is a grandma. She's just not the grandmotherly, or wasn't like the typical grandma. But anyway, so my daughter went and opened up, like went through my mom's cupboards and opened up the fridge, and there were brownies in there. And she like started eating the brownies. And um, my mom came out and was like, "Oh my God, like, don't eat. What are you doing? Why are you eating? Like, what? Don't do that." Like, kind of freaked out. And then we found out, that's how we all found out that my mom started, like, I guess, doing weed, was because my daughter went to get a brownie and found out it was a pot brownie, not a
Oh,
regular brownie. So it was kind of funny because it was like you go to your grandma's house to, your I don't know, to get their cookies, and it's a grandma, they're always baking, you think. And so, but yet this was one grandma that you couldn't like go and eat her baked goods because otherwise you were going to get baked yourself. Anyway, it's kind of funny. And I didn't even know my parents. I don't actually think my dad, but my mom, I didn't know that my mom had like gotten into smoking weed or whatever. And um, anyway, and yeah, anyways, it's kind of funny. So it was like this big thing. And then my dad had to call me that night to be like, "Well, did Sailor tell you what happened? I guess she, came over and got in the fridge, and, your mom had some pot brownies and marijuana baked goods." I can't remember what he said in there. And, and we
edibles or
laughed. We
whatever.
thought, yeah, it was so funny. It was totally like, we, we did not care. It was just funny that's how we found out, because, a granddaughter tried to eat a brownie out of her grandma's refrigerator. So it's funny. Anyway,
It
yeah.
is. It is. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this was good. It worked out. I think it worked out a lot smoother this time. I think we're getting more used
yeah,
to it.
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. Has everybody, you enjoyed? I know it says there's only five here, but
Yeah, I think a bunch of them went
Claire,
to Red's channel. So
yeah, Claire and Melissa and Uncovering, did you guys have fun tonight? Also, was the sound okay with me like moving and stuff? Like, has everything been somewhat smooth for you guys? Do you have any critiques, I should ask? I'll go to chat.
let's see who
Hang
we
on.
got left here.
Melissa says my husband didn't like it either. He said it made him lazy. I enjoyed the heck out of it, like but I don't drink. So yeah, totally. I'm totally good with it. I somehow am like a 12-year-old girl or 15-year-old kid every time. Hmm.
Okay, so Claire says she really loves the streams. Great conversation. The sound was great. Lacey.
Oh,
Melissa
good, good,
enjoyed it.
good. Thanks, Claire. Oh, I love this, and I like it during the day. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, that probably works better for Joey because he's East Coast and he can always go help Red when he's done. And then, for me, I'm pretty open. Um, so yeah, very cool. Good. Awesome. I'm glad, you guys. I'm glad you like it. I had a great time. And Joey, thanks so much for inviting me.
Yep. I
Sorry,
always
I'm a
enjoy it
little
when we get
dingy
together and do
now.
this. So
Yeah.
thank you very
Yeah.
much.
I'll
I
let you
think
guys know how it goes later on, okay?
yes, I'm dying to know about this. I'm gonna call you or
I
something
know.
later on. I want to hear.
Yeah,
I want to
I'll
hear.
tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you. That's so funny.
Okay,
All
guys.
right. Well, I'm
Go
I'm
ahead.
hanging up. Okay.
Thank you guys for coming. We're going to end the stream now, and it's been fun. And we'll see you next week, right? Until next time.